Hi, I'm Heather from here at Booktubes, and I love reading about alpha males in my romance. I just do. They are my favorite. So today I went ahead and picked my favorite alphas. They have been my favorites for over a year and a half, so they're well cemented in their status. And these were on my favorites shelf on Goodreads. I picked them quickly. It was a no-brainer, and these are my top 5. Number 1, I have the Hookup, which is Moonlight and Mother Oil #1 by Kristen Ashley. This is my first ever Kristen Ashley book, my first reread of hers, and ultimately maybe my favorite ever. I mean, I do love them all, but this one is just so prominent in my memory, such a valuable place in my reading experience that it is my favorite. The alpha in the Hookup is Johnny Gamble, and I just love him. He can be a jerk, he absolutely can be, but the thing I always like about Kristen Ashley's alphas is they're not just a jerk for no complete reason, and there's always a communication. So at some point in time, they're going to talk about what the issue was. And in the Hookup, they usually talk about it very quickly. And I love that because that is, to me, a healthy relationship dynamic, regardless of everything that's going on or their personality types. If they can talk to each other, like, that's what I want. Real quick, the Hookup is just that. They have a one-night stand and then it turns into more. There's a lot more about it. You love their families, you love everything about them. It's so sweet watching him overcome her trust issues and her overcoming his trust issues and just them together. So good. Next I have Shadowrider, which is #1 in the Shadowrider series by Feehan. She is a very popular paranormal author, and I am not a huge fan of all of her books for the simple reason that I feel like it could be edited down quite a bit. There's a lot of repetition, and there's a lot of repetition of phrases in each series. So like her vampire series, they're all going to say the same type of things to their mate, and it just gets to be a lot. But this was my first ever book of hers, and it is such a unique paranormal romance. Stefano Ferrero is just, he's the ultimate take care of your woman no matter what type guy. He's like a mafia boss, except he's not. He actually deals out justice and is part of this whole Shadowrider thing, which is a big deal and a paranormal thing. And when he finds his woman, nothing's gonna stop him from taking care of her, making her his, all the things. And there's this one scene where he goes to her crappy little apartment, and I'll live for it so much. And if you've read it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But he is an alpha. He's in charge of all the other alphas in his family. He takes no crap, but also is fair and kind and caring, and I love him. Number 3, I have Bare to You, which is Crossfire #1 by Sylvia Day. The entire Crossfire series is 5 books, and they all follow the relationship of Gideon and Ava. Gideon Cross is the Rysand of contemporary romance. He has a tortured past. He is charismatic. He is so unbelievably gorgeous and kind of resents that. He's never had a relationship before Ava. She has not been great with relationships either. They're both survivors of sexual abuse, and that plays a huge role in their relationship dynamic and also in the overall series. And watching them, yes, they make a lot of missteps, and yes, Gideon makes a lot of missteps, but watching him care for her and overcome his own issues, and the two of them just become healthier people because of their love for each other, and not just because of their love, right? Love didn't fix it. It's because of their love that they are going to therapy for those issues or figuring things out about themselves that they never would have discovered without the other person. So he is everything. I just reread the first 2 books again, and their interactions are just dynamite. And he's so charismatic, and he has so much will, and he's so smart and ruthless and will stop at nothing, and I love him. Number 4, Fallen Crest High, which is Fallen Crest High #1 by Tijan. This series follows Mason and Sam. And Mason is they're both in high school when the series starts. Mason is an alpha. He is rich, he is powerful, he is charismatic, he is incredibly smart. And because of that, he is also very good at telling when somebody wants to be around him in order to use him and his status and that of his brother. And Sam doesn't. Part of that is Sam's own issues, but she just doesn't care, and he tests her out, she passes the test, and they are soulmates, and they're so cute together. Even if you don't love new adult, this is a great series. It does go through college, and they face a lot of issues, but are always mature and smart and communicating, have a really healthy relationship despite their families and their examples. Last but not least, we have A Court of Thorns and Roses, more specifically, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the ultimate book boyfriend for me. Rysand, the High Lord of the Night Court, is everything. I love him. I love the juxtaposition between the way he takes care of Farah and the way Tamlin did. I love how real he is and how he has his own issues despite being old, right? He's paranormal. He's a few hundred years old and so incredibly powerful. But because of the things that he's gone through, of course, he's not without empathy, and he does not feel invincible, and he's not just arrogant, but he's so cocky and he play acts so much, and he's so incredibly smart and conniving and just a strategist while also just being in love. I love him. And because of him, I have a major thing for winged fae. Enough said. Also, High Lords. Give it to me. So good. Love the fae as a romantic interest. And this is the whole reason why is Rysand. Delightful. So those are my favorite alphas. It took no time to come up with this list whatsoever. I love these guys and will wax eloquent if you will let me at any given time. They are some of my absolute favorites, the ones that I know what book they're in, I know their names, I know all the things without looking it up, without thinking about it. And they're all powerful, charismatic, but treat their women like freaking gold. And you know that's what I'm here for. That's what I want to read about. So thank you so much for watching. Who's your favorite book boyfriend? If you've read these guys, what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Bye.